Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take another quick look at my 40 breeder reef tank. We're going to see a little bit about what's going on with the tank itself, as well as take a look at the sump, which is something we haven't done in any of the past videos. So I guess we'll take a look starting over here on the left hand side. We have green Manipora, red Manipora, and some Acropora, and a bird's nest. The red Manipora has faded a little on the edges, and I'm hoping that that's growth rather than a problem. The green Manipora has been growing, as you can see, kind of little tufts off of each end where it touches the rock. The Acropora was growing pretty well. It's slowed a little bit and has lost a branch just from bumping into something. I'm not sure exactly what caused that, but it's still growing. It seems to be moving along okay. In the back, the cat's paw bird's nest, which I think is what that exact species is, has been gaining branches, growing pretty well. A little slower than at first, but I think just got to watch the calcium in the tank. Over here, you may notice the frog spawn coral is gone. It was not growing very well, so I tried moving it to some lower light. Hopefully it recovers. Up above it, we can see the war coral, green pallies, as well as these star polyps, which have taken over most of this rock, but have seemed to stop there, which is for the best. Among the new additions, there's torch coral, which is an LPS. It's a cousin of the frog spawn and of the hammer corals, but it's a little bit longer and flowier. And I've really looked forward to having one in my tank for a while. And I came across this nice piece, and it seemed to fit. So I'm hoping this will be a good spot for it, where it doesn't get too much flow and just enough light, and really takes off. Down in front, we have a patch of zoas I've had with the tank pretty much since it started. Uh, they've been doing pretty well, but there's a little bit of turf algae I've been fighting with. So hopefully between keeping the tank clean and hitting it with the toothbrush, the zoas will overcome. And of course, there's the fish. This Midas Blenny is hanging out in his little favorite spot under this rock. He gets real active around feeding time, of course, but he mostly does like to sit down on this rocky outcrop here, keep an eye on what's going on. Him and the flame hawk fish will occasionally vie for their favorite spots sitting on the rocks, but he mostly just hangs out here. The clownfish and their bubble tip anemones are doing pretty well. The anemones have been staying put, which is always good, means they're getting what they need, and the clownfish are getting along with everybody. They still like to bite me, though. In addition to the fish, there's all the crabs and snails and invertebrates, including this fighting conch, who's one of my favorites. They help keep the tank clean. I did add some other coral, though. I've got some little red mushrooms here, and I'm hoping those will take off as time goes on, either grow or split. Mushrooms are particularly hardy and kind of pretty coral, and so hopefully we'll get to see more of those. My acans are doing well as well. They still have their tentacles out all the time, but they seem to be happy and healthy. Unfortunately, with success does come the occasional setback. This is what's left of the frog spawn coral. I'm not sure if it will recover, but we're going to put it in some low light and see what happens. But it's important to remember that most of the stuff in the tank is doing well and focus on that. These candy king corals are doing great. I've got mushrooms that have just tripled in size. But you've seen most of the tank, so I want to take us through the sump, which is the system underneath. The water comes down here via a drain and moves from right to left. It goes through a skimmer and a sock over here on the right, as well as there's an extra heater down here. You can see the skimmer is foaming up. It's actually a little too foamy because I have my hand in the tank, but it helps pull waste out of the tank. And then the water goes into this refugium, which is the leafy green algae that helps eat up the plant food and keeps nuisance algae in the display from becoming a problem. And I have my return pump over on the left, as well as some sensors. So you can see down in here where all the plants are growing and helping keep the rest of the tank clean. Thank you for joining me on this little look at my tank. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments below. Otherwise, like and subscribe for more videos.